to round 17 of the Chinese Grand Prix. It's Tier 2, boys. We're back Tuesday nights, as ever. I'm your commentator, Lewis, and Thomas is here as well, as always. Us to trying to, make it a big one once again. Should be. It's a dry qualifying session. Thomas, welcome to what should be a fantastic race.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, I'm ready, and hopefully this is gonna be a banger. Last week we had Matrix and Ricky in the party, and they said the constructors is truly settled now, and they were on to fight for the championship as individuals. So we're gonna see a lovely battle, hopefully, between the two Ferraris, and finally the two Ferraris going for it at the end of the race, except of just going for the constructors' points. So hopefully we're gonna see a very interesting battle, and of course we're gonna see some battles going on for the last couple promotion spots up to the big Tier 1 on Wednesday.
Absolutely, yes. Us Red Bull boys couldn't quite get the constructors wrapped up yesterday, but we've lived to fight another day. So, but yeah, Ferrari all but won the constructors in Tier 2. Ricky and Mitch really have, Matrix rather, have been really a class act this season. And Matrix, as it's been going along, has just been getting quicker and quicker, practicing, and the last few races have stand out in the dry anyway. Ricky looked really quick at Monza in the wet conditions. If guys can send us confirmation of the weather for the race, that would be great. But I'm sure Ricky would have loved to have had this being wet. Ricky, meanwhile, said he earlier to me he's going to only be able to possibly get the one quali done because obviously he's at work.
True.
So he is in the pits. He expect if we do see him, if he's able to just go out beforehand, it's just a one-lap dash. If not, he could be starting at the back of the grid. And around a track like this, it's so tricky to overtake, especially on heavy fuel load.
It is. It's very tricky. You really need to set the car up for it, and it's a really tricky track as well, especially the last turn with the little bump in it. I think it's a lot worse than it was last year. So you really need to watch out for that. Really need to shift up just before the bump, and just overall, if you can perfect the S's, I think you already got your lap sorted for like 50%, 60%, because that's one of the crucial parts of the track. It's full of Sector 1, it's only S's in Sector 1, so you really need to do a good job in there to make sure your lap is stopped. So yeah, I expect Matrix as usual to be up there, and Ricky with the one-shot quali, like you said, he really needs to step up his game. He really needs to make sure that it's one of the best laps he's gonna do. Because otherwise Matrix will run away with the championship lead, I think.
Yeah, it's going to hot up coming into the home stretch of this season. We obviously got Mexico coming up next weekend or next week. They swapped it with America from last season. So Mexico is before the US of A, and then we finish off with it'd be Brazil and Abu Dhabi, wouldn't it? Yeah. So am I missing one? It's Mexico, America, Brazil, Abu Dhabi after this race, I believe.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So yeah, we got 4 races after this. Oh, Roland's gone. Roland's already gone.
Oh, that's already our captain out.
Yeah, the captain of the ship has sunk the ship. So he is at best going to be starting 16th. Ricky won't be starting last. Ricky's will actually be, if he doesn't qualify. Matrix just does a 1:28.5. Let's look at some lap times. Early days, there are some yellows about, but Robin 1:28.8. Mitch narrowly just a few hundredths shy from Robin. Arbar is in P4, Crow in 5th, Dan Robbo in 6th. Dan looked really quick on wet tyres earlier last week. Or late last week. Dan 1:29.4, and then IMAG's the only guy to run on that medium tyre, 1:29.9 so far his lap. But I think a lot of people are going to just go for the soft, just because track position's key here, even more so than Russia last weekend. And although you can catch up quite a bit at the end, you just lose so much time at the beginning being further back in the
Yeah.
grid.
Definitely.
So expect a lot of soft tyres to be used in this qualifying session.
Yeah, easy one stop, soft to medium, and if you think the softs are going off really quick, just go on to the hard, so you can make it as well. I think the guys will pick up wing damage at the start of the race. If they pick it up like lap 2, lap 3, and they hit onto the hard tires, I think they can maybe make it as well. So this should be really straightforward, unless, of course, it's gonna rain during the race, but we've got to wait and see. Everyone going out on soft tires almost, so I expect that it's not gonna rain. And for now, Matrix with a 128.5 and F1 Sophie with a 128.7. The gap isn't as big as I expected it to be, especially after Russia. I expected it to be a lot of a bigger gap, but yeah, it's looking quite solid, quite close, so we're up for a really exciting race so far.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I'm just on board with Juventus. He's on his out lap at the moment, so nothing special. F1 Sophie has got up to P2 provisionally at the moment, 128.7. It's still very early days in this qualifying session. I did find that the track did evolve quite a bit during this quali session, so the end of this, I'm expecting lap times to get closer to the 127 mark from the top boys. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. As Juventus starts his flying lap, I'm going to watch his lap time, as he's one of the few out there at the moment. Quite a few people now in the pits getting ready to go out on their second stint of softs. So on board through this S-curves. Oh, he got a bit of oversteer in that first corner, missed the apex, and nice tidy for the rest of it, but he would have lost a couple of attempts. It's so you don't want to hit that curve on that left-hand side as you go up the hill towards the 2 Degner curves. A lot of grip, nicely done in the first Degner. Second Degner, careful not to carry too much speed, otherwise you just have to wait forever for the car to straighten up and then get on the throttle, and that just loses you time all the way to the hairpin. Important to get a good run out of that hairpin, because you've got this long, effectively straight, a full throttle corner, straight, so you want to get that exit perfect on the hairpin. Then spoon curve, a lot of speed into the first apex, run it wide, slow it down. There's a bit of off camber in the exit, which does force the car to drift out wide. The Juventus looked like he had a bit more speed there. I think he's just hoping to get a banker lap. Nice slipstream, Ginger Ninja, as he end up 130R, full throttle. Nicely done in overtake mode, 196, then brakes shortly after the 100 mark. You can take quite a bit of cutting into that bus stop chicane. He might have got away with that. Oh, he's run out of ERS, unfortunately. Crosses the line, 128.7. P2 for Juventus.
It's a really good lap.
And I think he had a bit more. And he definitely had a couple of attempts in him from that first sector. He missed, I think, a couple of attempts, missed out, and he lost ERS. He went on to hot lap coming out of the bus stop, and the ERS cut out on him. So that definitely would have lost him out another 10th. So there's definitely lap. Although it was a good lap, there's a couple of areas where he could have improved. But unfortunately for him, I think he's sort of stuck now, where doing such a late lap, I don't know if he'd have enough time to do 2 more runs. I think he'll have to now stick to just doing 1 more run.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be very tricky, but I will mainly focus on the last run, because the track improves a lot at the end of the session, and you can really gain even 3-4 tenths at the end of the session. So really important to get that last run in. Currently, I'm on board with Mitch as he's going through the hairpin, and it's just looking like a really solid lap. He lost it a little bit when he went onto the curb in sector 1, but so far it's looking like a really strong lap. Oh, we got Robin with a 128.3, which is a really good lap.
I got him
from the Dutchman. Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see if Mitch can match or even beat that time. He's coming now up to 130R, and it's going to be really close with Robin, I think. I'm not quite sure what he did. He's 2 tenths up in his time, so he's looking for 128.6. So he's looking to attack the lap from Matrix. He's coming up to the last sector. Really solid, good exit. Watch out for the bump. It all goes well. He comes up to the line. 128.5. He all by 5 thousandths. He's up to P2, and that's a really solid lap. Oh, Matrix improves. P1 for Matrix, 128.2. Oh, it's kicking off now.
We're getting closer to that 127 lap time. So let's see who else is on laps. Oh, a spinner. Oh, and R-Bar hit. R-Bar had, I think it might have been, who would it have been? I don't think it was Robin.
It's Stonewall Seth.
Yeah, Stonewall Seth.
He lost it.
And R-Bar will be annoyed.
The end of Sector 1.
Yeah, R-Bar ended up having to back out because he got caught out, and so R-Bar has that is his run done. Who else have we got? Dan Robbo is out on just started his.
Yeah, we got Ricky on a lap as well now. He's coming up to the line.
Okay.
Only the last chicane, so it's going to be interesting. So it's not a one-shot quali. He can do 2 runs.
And he's got new ARS.
He comes up to the line. 128.9. Oh, P9. With his teammate in P1, he really needs to step up his game. You really need to.
Yeah, it wasn't the best of laps. I'm going to go back on board. Let's see. Dan Robbo, where is he now? He's not doing a quick lap. He's back way off. Let's try Dan. Dan's just ahead. He's also looking like he's backed out of a lap as well. So trying to find the guys out there on quick laps. Ginger Ninja's on an out lap. He's just about to. In fact, he's started his flying lap. I can't see who else is doing a quick. Maybe Wisey Boy. No, Wisey Boy has just done his lap, I believe. So P7 for him. Sophie's on an out lap. Let's have a look. Dan Robbo is just coming up, but he's going to go into the pits. Who have we got? So I guess really it's just Ginger Ninja. Ginger Ninja's the next guy on a hot lap. And he is on hot lap. He's careful with that because the ERS does struggle in quali. And towards the end, for some reason, it just it dies on you if you run that for too long.
Coming up now to important section of Sector 2.
A lot of speed.
Oh, struggling on the curb. He gets a good exit, which is really important because it will hurt you if you get a bad exit for the rest of the straight coming up to 130R. He's 2 tenths up on his time, so he's looking to attack the times of Dan Robbo and Wisey Boy. So it's really important for him to nail this section, which he does. Watch out for the bump. Yeah, he does right. Now up to the line. 128.7, that's P6 just in front of his teammate F1 Sophie, who is on a quick lap as well. She's 4 tenths up, so she's looking to attack Matrix here.
She's really
quick, and she got enough ERS left, I think, to make it to the end of the lap. 5 tenths, almost 6 tenths up on her lap time. So this is gonna be a pole time.
She's gonna run out of ERS though. The ERS will kick out, will it? Surely. No. She's pitted.
No way. Oh no. I'm gonna call it. Oh no.
She must have
such a good lap. Oh, I think she's going for the final lap at the end because she wouldn't had enough time to come in, do another lap.
I mean that's risky unless she had. I would have thought if you'd done an invalidation, but I get it. But she was so much up. I would have. I would have just gone for it. Yeah, because that's always now the pressure. If you do a good lap, the odds of doing that again, you're having to. It's a tall order. Matrix is out early. But yeah, sorry, Thomas.
Yeah, he's taking no risk, 100%. But fair play to Sophie. She is in P7, so it's not like she's in a very bad position. But it could have been a lot better if she just continued that run. But maybe she invalidated. I'm not sure about that one because I went on board with her when she was at the end of Sector 2. So maybe she made a mistake in Sector 1. Yeah, that's something I don't know. But it looked like a really solid lap. She was 6 tenths up. So if it was me, I would have continued on.
Yeah,
but yeah, go on board with Matrix because he is probably gonna put in a banger of her lap time right now. And she goes up to the end of Sector 2 through the SS. Don't touch the curb on the inside, which he does, really good. And we will see what it's time looking like. He's 10th up.
Ooh, carried a lot of speed through Degner 1 there, but he got, I don't know, he might have got away with that. Nice and neat. Shifting up the gears.
Great exit. Just really going well. He's looking to get into the 127s 100%.
So here we go then, along the straight. I can't remember what the straight's called, but I know the next corner, 130. He's 3/10 up on his last best, previous best. This could be a 127. Brakes just after the 100 metre mark. Lovely, brilliant moves. That's what you want in the final chicane. Coming towards the line. Matrix, what's it going to be? 127.6.
Oh my days.
Beats that.
127.6. Good luck to everyone.
And that's just laid down the mark. I'm trying to find anyone else who's on lap. Stonewall Seth is out on the lap. The Fallen is an early pacer, but everyone is on outlaps. The traffic's going to be mental, and Matrix pulled a blinder here. The Fallen, he is the next one, I believe, to be coming towards the finish line. And then we got a whole gaggle of cars in the top 10 who are just starting.
They're not going to make it.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't going to make it.
Sophie's not going to make it. Wisey Boy is not going to make it. James Nia is not going to make it. Juventus is not going to make it. Robin is not going to make it.
Wow.
What have these guys done?
Wow. Unreal.
This is it.
Sophie, I'm hoping it was an invalidation, because I just thought it was stupid. It's stupid to do that risk if you're so much up on your time. But I don't think they have, because the checker flag hasn't come out on them. But Fallen gets P12. Oh, wait a minute. F1 Sophie is... It says she's on her outlap. So I'm guessing she will... Unless the clock is messed up here, maybe. Maybe we're out of sync with the clock.
This can't be true, but... yeah, but how? Like, seriously, this is... Never happened to me before, but everyone is going on. I don't see any checkered flag, so... I think it's going on. Like, I can see Robin now. I'm on board with him, and this is clearly not an AI. So... Yeah, I think we're just in a different lobby or something.
Yeah, something's going on. But apologies for skipping through the drivers. I just want to make sure who's the next one to come along.
Dan has a checkered flag behind his name, so he's finished. So now everyone who crosses the line is finished. We got
IMAX at the P4. R-Bar's coming along the line as well. He goes to the P4 as well.
He improves.
Mitch is coming along the line as well. What's he get up to? No improvement. It's a slight improvement. Oh, Robin's had a mistake somewhere.
I think, yeah.
Juventus is now coming along the... Oh, he's pitted. Juventus obviously got...
He's pitting.
So he did not improve. Ginger Ninja is a few hundredths up on his previous best.
Yep. And behind him is his teammate Sophie. So the two Mercs are looking to make an improvement. Let's see what Sophie's time is looking like. She's 6/10 up on her time.
Wow.
As well.
Here comes
just
Ricky.
Like she did on last lap.
Ricky's coming as well along. What's he gonna get as he comes along the line? It's P2. Now, what does Ginger Ninja do? And Sophie P3. Now, and here comes Dan Robbo. No, Dan Robbo doesn't do a time. So I think that will be it. Stonewall Seth is the only one out there now, but he pits as well. So that concludes it. Ricky right at the end to put in a stonker of a lap to get crucial track position for this race. But Sophie P3, very happy with that. Very close. Look at that. Apart from Matrix, everyone else super close. The top 10 separated by half a second. From second to 10th.
I can only give Ricky one advice, and that's get past Matrix. If he can't get past Matrix, he will run away 100%. Look at the gap. It's like the same scenario we have at Russia.
Yeah.
Ricky couldn't get past Matrix. He tried it. He couldn't get past him. And then Matrix just had a really easy race till the end. So Ricky, he needs to get past. Otherwise, Matrix will take the lead in the championship, because I think the difference now is just only 1 point between the two. So yeah, Matrix is on to take the championship lead at the moment.
So, here we go. Matrix on pole once again. It's another Ferrari front row. Ricky P2. Sophie with her best qualifying of the year so far. P3. Just ahead of Robin in P4. Mitch 5th. Good qualifying for Mitch. Arbar 6th. IMAG 7th. Dan Robert 8th. Ginger Ninja 9th. Juventus 10th. Dan in 11th. Wiser Boy 12th. The Fallen 13th. Crowan 14th. Matty Robbo, Stonewall Seth and Roland covering up the final positions for this race. And before this race starts, I'm going to enjoy a light snack because I'm feeling like I'm going to need some sugar for this race. I'm going to have all the energy. A lot of O-No's are coming.
If it's like tier 3 race, if I am gonna believe two spell, it wasn't quite an exciting race. So hopefully we're gonna have a little bit of a better race for tier 2.
I think...
Yeah, it's IMAX, he pressed X, so the drivers don't have a lot of time to prepare for the race. But like I said, easy one stop, softs to mediums, and I think the guys outside of the top 10 go for medium and then on to softs. I think that's probably gonna be the strategy, or they're gonna start on the softs as well. We saw Russia there, yeah, it doesn't really make a difference on which tire you start, you really need to stay out of the carnage and just try to keep your front wing intact, really. So now we have Matrix to start the formation lap, and then we can see which tire everyone has selected. Yeah, like I just said, we got Dan, Wisey Boy and Matty Robbo on the medium tire, the rest of the grid on the soft tire, so we won't see a lot of different strategies today, as well as we did last week. And like I said, it's key for Ricky to get past Matrix, otherwise it's gonna be a very easy race for him, I can imagine. And it's interesting to see what Sophie and Robin can do. Normally we see these guys, or we see Robin and Sophie, excuse me, not in these kind of positions. Normally we see them a little bit further down the grid. So it's gonna be interesting what they can do. Ginginia, he is P3 in the championship, down into P9, so Mitch is gonna take a very big advantage over him if it's gonna stay like this. And unfortunately for Mitch, his teammate is all the way down in P11, so Dan won't be happy about it. And we have Roland, our captain, down in P17, unfortunately for him.
Yes, it was unfortunately the captain didn't see it, but I'm guessing it must have been first sector. Very easy to do. So yeah, it's the medium guys are going to struggle at the beginning. However, those soft tyres do overheat on the rears, particular. Such a lot of load, high speed, pretty high downforce. Matrix and Ricky very close, almost making contact. That would have been the last thing they want to do, to be on cold tyres. It's quite a narrow track, so it is difficult. So really only two cars can really be, it's a two car wide track really. So, and it's a pretty short run to the first corner and not a heavy braking until you go quite late into the first turn. So it always tends to be quite a tricky track to make a lot of places at the start, unless you take risks, real risks, and try hanging around the outside of turn 1, having more speed and hoping that you don't get squeezed out on the exit. But
yeah, that's gonna be a thing as well. Is Ricky gonna take the risk going down the inside, because the better line is going round the outside, sort of. So is he gonna take the risk to stick his nose in and maybe pick up some wing damage, or is Matrix just gonna shut the door in front of him, or are these guys gonna play cool? They're in a party together, I'm 100% sure. So it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna take the risk and who's not. As everyone is lining up to the grid, and we're waiting for the 5 lights to come on to start hopefully a very exciting Japanese Grand Prix.
Yeah, Roland's on board with him as he lines up the final man. So here we go. It's
3,
4 lights.
4.
Here we go.
5 lights. Away we go for the Japanese Grand Prix.
Oh, jump start.
Tried for penalty.
Oh, that's rare.
No way. And Ricky's not got a good enough start. Robin has a really good start down the inside of Sophie, and that's him up to P3. Robin with a brilliant start, and Ricky couldn't do what I said to him that he had to do. He stayed in P2 and that's Matrix up to P1, and this could be very interesting for the championship. Juventus already moved up some
Mercedes
places.
in the background.
Sophie! No way! It's Sophie with wing damage, last place. And look at Roland! Oh my days! He's up to P12.
Really took advantage. I think he's took advantage of those sort of it again. Had an aggressive start and was able to take advantage of it. So Roland in positions to already 2 places away from a podium from points paying position, getting a little bit of a loose end there. But Dan, unsurprisingly, Dan and Matty Robbo on those mediums struggling. Wisey Boy in P9. Dan Robbo now down to... Dan Robbo's lost a few places there. Juventus and Wisey Boy getting past him. But yes, a jump start. Very rare to see it nowadays. We're on board with Dan Robbo as he is behind Wisey Boy. Still got plenty of ERS to go, and he is defending heavily on as... Ginger Ninja round the outside, 130R.
Round the outside. What an unbelievable move from Ginger Ninja. Crazy stuff we see around here. That's not a move you see a lot. Round the outside of 130R. That's an incredible move. And Ricky is on to... okay, it says he's 110 behind Matrix. That's clearly not 110. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in this lobby, but it's just... yeah, it's terrible. Look at this. Look at the guy. Is it the same for you, or is it just me?
Yeah, it says half a second gap, and he is definitely... a little bit, yeah. It's actually updating itself now. It's spreading out again. It's going up to 8 tenths. Great. I think 8 tenths is a more respectable. I can believe an 8 tenths gap now. But yeah, it's I think really we're gonna have a hot battle for the second. Mitch has gained a place. He's passed R bar in that start bunch. Dan Robbo had a pit in the end, so he must have got wing damage. So all those people, Dan Robbo then down to 17th, disaster for him. But yeah, we have got an exciting start. 130R is always an interesting one to have battles at the start where everyone close together. But we all got to train here. Fascinating to see who the later on, because undercut does make a difference. People are going to pit around maybe even early as lap. I think lap 8 would be particularly for the guys maybe at the end of the queue here, looking to try and get ahead of their rivals. Bit of battles going on with the Force Indias, trying to get to them. Oh, there's a huge train of carts. As no DRS yet, but Wisey Boy is defending from Crowin, going into turn 1. Easy for now. But next lap, that DRS will be there. And when that happens, I'm expecting battles.
He started P12, if I'm not mistaken. He's up to P9 on the medium tires, so he really needs to hold on now and waiting for the soft tires to go off when he really is going to take his advantage from starting on the medium tire. Cincinnati into Juventus. We saw it when he was on board with Wisey Boy. That's Juventus. Oh, he got a unfair 5-second penalty, I think. But which is worse is Jinja Ninja, who is just drifting through the gravel, and that's just, oh no. Yeah, I think Juventus lost it coming up to the hill. The false left-hander at the end of sector 1. And Jinja Ninja just hadn't had enough time to react to it and just ran straight into the back of him. Yeah, I saw it perfectly when I was on board with Wisey Boy.
Oh, same, exactly the same.
That was just a racing incident, I think.
Now Mitch is lining up Robin here. Mitch, as always, we know he has the pace. He is more of a race trim guy. He can get the maximum out of these. He's been very quick this week in Japan, and he now has DRS. Robin is not in DRS. This is Mitch's chance. He goes into hot mode, but Robin has got some good speed down this straight, and he's going to have enough of a gap here. Mitch just not quite close enough. So Robin, obviously running up maybe a little bit lower wing, or just went, well then again Mitch was on the high ERS mode. So, but no moves as yet.
Yeah, no moves as of yet, and it's going to be very tricky now for Mitch or what to do. If you're really close to someone, which he is right now, the tires are gonna overheat really quickly, and that's something you don't want on this track. There's one thing you need on this track, and that's grip. And if there's something you don't have when the tires are overheating, it is grip. So he really needs to make this move quickly done, otherwise Robin will get into 1 second with Ricky, and he will have no chance to get past Robin, as he's clearly running a lower downforce setup, because Mitch was not closing up a lot with DRS, and Robin didn't have DRS. So yeah, it's really interesting to see how this will plan out, because Mitch now, he isn't getting a really good exit of the corners. He struggled as well on the bump on the last turn, and that's really an advantage for Robin, because he can just stretch out a little bit more to make sure he's safe coming up to turn 1. So it's important for Mitch now to close up to the back of Robin, but I think Robin is close enough to Ricky to enjoy his DRS as well. We've got to wait and see. Yes. So no point for Mitch to really put it in overtake, because he's got no chance to overtake Robin.
He has got the Red Bull behind him, so he can't afford to be too safe with his DRS deployment. But yeah, it's now this position. I had it yesterday. The softs, when you do, like you say, when you follow people on these heavy fuel loads, it's just so nervy on the rear end. With that overheating, and as soon as you get past, then they're the ones with the issues, and you got the clear air, and you can then just you can do the pace. At the moment, I'd say Ricky is starting to hold them up a little bit, and I think Robin is Robin and Ricky are at pretty even pace. I think Mitch definitely has the speed, and Mitch is definitely closing in. He just can't afford to let the spoon curve be an issue for him. Robin, though, very good in spoon curve there, Robin.
He is. He's
got the speed.
It out enough.
Robin's harvesting energy. I think now if I was Mitch, he's just not quite close enough to make a move. But sometimes it's better just to dive it down the inside and catch Robin out, and then don't have the chance to react to DRS. But here we go again.
Now's the moment.
He is closer. He's got that speed. Robin doesn't defend, so he's got that inside line.
Oh, that's a mistake.
He takes that position.
You really need to defend the inside, then there's no chance Mitch could have made that move. But Mitch, well done, fair play. Robin didn't defend, and that's Mitch up to P3, and now it's going to be interesting to see if Mitch can run away. As Robin got Raybar all over the place and is filling up the mirrors of Robin right now, as those three guys are just leaving a little bit of a gap to IMAX, who is just in no man's land in P6, and behind him there's Wiseboy with a little bit of a train behind him on the medium tires. So that explains why the top 6 all on soft tires, and we have the medium boys who are closing in the gap.
Medium, Dan's making a good recovery up. He 2 tenths behind Wisey Boy, was 2 tenths, but look, those guys looking good. They're not too far away. If I put in the leader, oh, there's a yellow. R-bar's crashed, I think. Yes, he was spun.
Yeah, it's
R-bar was spun.
He's spun
on the inside of Spoon, and he's going to have to wait for the whole field to get through. He is ghosting now, so he should be okay. But disaster for R-bar. No damage, but I'm guessing he just lost the rear end on the curb in between Spoon corners. But I was just looking, Wisey Boy and Dan are only 12 seconds off the race leader. Dan just gets a 3-second penalty though for his cutting corners. But yeah, it's only 12 seconds. So, and he got clear air. So, and Dan passed Wisey Boy. So now he is top dog in those battle for those guys that are on the mediums. He is now looking very good. I think that Wisey Boy's got him back. So I think there's a good battle going on there. But oh, there's another yellow. Crowan, I think, has gone off.
Yeah, Crowan.
So trying to get to
Crowan
him.
lost it in the S's. The last
rear
one
end
before the quick left-hander. So I think he touched the curb. And now he's all the way down to P16. So that's his good points paying positions out of the window, and he really needs to do a really good job to get back into the points again. The field is close. If you make one mistake, you're falling down the pack a lot, but yeah, he really needs to do a top job if he wants to get back into the points.
Fair play. It's one of those, as the softs start to wear out, it becomes that much more trickier through those S-curves, and people are starting to fall away. Mitch is not getting Robin out of his his mirrors at the moment. Robin really quick, and I wonder if Mitch is being behind Robin for so long. Those tyres overheat. His setup is very much front grippy, oversteer rear, and that does wear out those rears, especially on the softs. But he was able to get a good run out of the bus stop, and Robin will not be able to catch him by the turn 1. But he is right there, and although they are slightly catching Ricky, it's very, very minimal. But Robin now all of a sudden looking like he's got a turn of pace as the guys start to drop off. Dan has got back past Wisey Boy now, so he is 4.9 seconds behind IMAG. So it'll be interesting to see, can he start to make inroads on those soft runners who are now coming towards the end of those tyres' lives. We're up to lap 8 now. We're going to start to see people making pit stops very soon.
Yeah, I think this is sort of the window where the tyres are gonna overheat as well. It's not really the tire wear that's killing the softs, it's mainly the tire temps who are killing the soft tires, especially the front tires. So it's gonna be interesting to see if Robin is overheating his tires right now, or if he's just keeping up with Mitch, because Mitch is closing up to Ricky, I think. So maybe Robin is just thinking like, yeah, let me just close up, let me save some ERS and do it on the medium tires when I make my pit stop. I don't know if the undercut or overcut is strong around this track. Haven't tested that one out so far, but yeah, we're gonna wait and see if Robin pits earlier, pits later, or pits exactly the same time as Mitch, and after that we can see which is stronger. But for now, they both continue on, they're closing in on Ricky, and Robin just can't get past Mitch.
Yeah,
let's see if there is a battle. We got Juventus going down the inside of Stonewall Seth. Up to P11 now after he spun at the end of sector 1. So good job from him, he's picking it up again. His tires will be very hot and very warm because of that spun.
Oh, and Matty Robbo had to make avoiding action there. Fallen had a moment going up the hill towards Degner, and I don't know what happened to Matty Robbo. It looked like either he lost the rear end or he just backed out and went onto the grass himself, and he lost. And so that allows Roland up into P9 now, and he is with his teammate ahead of him. Roland's still got great pace for those soft tyres, so Roland could be up into P8 very shortly. When will the guys start to pit? Oh, Mitch and Robin almost side by side before getting to 130R. If I was Mitch, I'd pit now, because you can't lose. You get the undercut on Ricky. Oh, what a move! Yeah. What a move by Robin. Now if I'm Mitch, go in the pits, and he does so. Very smart. Very smart, because this lap is not a problem, and he will get the undercut again off Robin. But what a move by Robin round the outside. Top jobs there. But unfortunately, I think unless Mitch gets caught into some traffic, we're just waiting for him to come out. I think he's going to have clean air.
Oh, I think then Robo's going to get in his way. Yes, it is.
Yes, he will.
This is not what Mitch would have wanted. Oh, he's running wide, and Robo gets in front of him. So now it's interesting to see, can Robin pull enough?
Yeah, because Mitch is going to have so much more speed.
Yeah, he will have much more speed, but he's going to be stuck behind them Robo. Look, he's stuck. Yeah, he's close enough to call it that he's stuck behind them Robo. So either he needs to get past or just give up on getting in front of Robin, because this is not going to work. He almost lost it.
Yeah.
coming out of the turn. Yeah, he's really pushing, but it's not working because he's stuck behind them Robo. So we really need to keep an eye out on Robin now, as he's coming up to 130R. He's probably gonna make the pit stop on this lap, as lap 10 is recommended by the team as well at the beginning of the race. And if he does so, it's gonna be really tight between him, Dan Robbo, and Mitch.
Absolutely, because Dan Robbo, although he's on those 9-lap softs, he's not doing that bad of a pace on those softs. But he's got a penalty. Speed. I've been there, mate. I know it's easy to do. It's easy to do. Just being greedy. But yeah, he is coming out now. Ricky, meanwhile, he is coming down the pits. Matty Robbo gets past him. Dan Wisey Boy get past him. We're waiting for the next person, which would be Mitch. Ricky's going to get ahead of him, but what about Robin? Robin's coming out of the pits. Mitch is side by side. They're going in. Mitch gets it.
Oh, Mitch
still gets the undercut and would have gained a bit on Ricky as well. So despite having Dan Robbo in his way, Dan Robbo ultimately was still going at a good pace, and Mitch has retaken that position and he's taken a bit of time. It's 1.5 seconds away from Ricky. So and Mitch always does better on those medium tyres, and I wonder how he will fare against Ricky.
Yeah, 1.5 seconds now. He's got much warmer medium tires, so maybe he is looking to close the gap a little bit more. I think the one lap he did more on the medium tires already wouldn't affect him at the end of the race. I think that really should be stable.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just gonna be outright pace to see if he can close up to Ricky. As Robin is really struggling so far on the medium tires. He's 1.5 seconds now off, so he won't get DRS. And IMAX in the Renault is looking to get within 1 second to maybe overtake Robin in the next couple of laps.
Yeah.
We got Matrix in the pits. Okay, he went down because he was in the pits. Matty Robbo got passed as well, so we got the three boys who started on the medium tires now at the front of the race, and Mitch was the fastest lap with a 1:32.2. That's looking really solid.
Tasty.
Oh, IMAX got past Robin, so that was a little bit earlier than I expected. And that's Robin really struggling on the medium tires, and IMAX now up to P7 and virtually up to P4.
Yeah, I don't know if he made a mistake before, because he's lost a lot of time. But I noticed this with some people. But with me on the medium, I took it like a duck to water. It was brilliant. Like, I just straight away I had so much better grip and handling on the medium than I had on the soft. And other people just struggled with the medium, had no grip in the early at all, and just struggled throughout. Really weird. And we're seeing this now. Robin had the pace on the soft. Maybe it's tyre temperature. Maybe he was able to keep the tyres working better on the soft, but right now he's struggling, which I would be surprised with, because this track does tend to give you the tyre temperatures pretty easily. But whatever it is, right now that car at that weight, it's not happy for him. And Mitch is ever so slightly closing the gap on Ricky, but it is very slightly indeed. Mitch was able to do an extra lap, and he's still 6.5 seconds clear of Ricky. So Matrix just enjoying it. IMAX gets a 3-second penalty. So
Matrix is just doing exactly what we both expected, running away with this one, and that's gonna give him the championship lead as it stands right now. And Mitch and Ricky both on the same amount of ERS level. So they're both pushing, they're both doing their absolute best to make sure they can get the maximum amount of points. And Ricky, he's gonna feel the pressure of Mitch. He really needs to take at least P2 to stay within the fight of the championship lead. If he gets P3 this race, then I think it's almost championship over. I know we got 4 more races left, but with the pace and the consistency of Matrix, I don't see Ricky closing up that much points if he gets P3 this race. So he really needs to take that P2 home, otherwise it's going to be a very long end of the season for him, I think.
Yes. good battle in 10th and 11th. F1 Sophie and Arbar recovering from their incidents early in the race. Both had really good pace with front runners, particularly Sophie. She is starting to catch up with Roland, who's up into P9, really good from starting dead last. The Fallen has lost a bit of time, he's down to P12. Juventus P13, he's behind the Fallen now and just 4/10 behind. But I'm just about to actually go on board with Juventus now. Will he look for a move down the inside of the bus stop? He's got the momentum, why not? Here we go, down the inside. Goes a bit deep, but does it. And should out now, will he... Oh, he didn't get a good exit though. And the Fallen, will he have DRS? No. I don't know, I think the Fallen... Oh, Fallen isn't using DRS. I wonder whether it was... Oh, he's going down the inside into turn 1. But in the end, it was always going to close and he does back out. But yeah, he didn't use DRS then. I don't know if he has an issue or he forgot to use it there. But that cost him a chance to overtake Juventus, but he hasn't got the pace. He is a guy who is struggling, it looks like, on those medium tyres as well.
Robin now, he made a mistake, I think, and that was why IMAX got in front of him, but now he stays within a second, so it's not that IMAX got a big of a pace advantage over him, but Robin got the same problem as he had with Mitch in front of him, just isn't able to get past him. For now he's doing a really good job, don't get me wrong, because he had a lot of unlucky races in the past, so he's doing a really good job right now. And I just want to give a little shout out to Roland as well, because he hasn't driven a lot of races this season because he's been away in Qatar and just flying planes all over the place. But he's doing a really good job, and Lewis has seen something.
Matty Robbo was actually fighting Matrix there for P3 a bit. He didn't defend on the down the straight, but he did have a little look when Matrix made the move into turn 1 into, I guess it's called turn 2, although it's one long corner.
Yeah.
He did have a little look down the inside, but again, you have to be really committed and get enough alongside to make that move, and that would have been controversial with Matrix having, you know, a comfortable, effective, true race lead over Ricky. But he does get through in the end, but it was a brief moment. The onboard, so the broadcast cut onto a suspension cam, and it did look a bit dodged for a second. But IMAX, he is doing relatively good pace. Equal to Mitch. Mitch is slightly quicker at the moment than Ricky. It's got the gap to 1.3. But it's all very even at the moment. Robin, though, is caught right up with IMAX. Here we go. It's 4:10. Ginger Ninja's retired.
I think he gave up on that one. And I don't know if that was in the pits. I think he did. I see yellow in sector 1. I'm going on board with that now to see if I see anything on board with him. But I think the engineer retired in the pits, so that's all fine. I wasn't on board with him this time as I was last week with MP, so I didn't know if it was on purpose, but I don't see the engineer on the side of the track, so it should be fine. Yeah, he had a really unlucky race. And now this is the chance for Mitch to really close in on him for P3 in the championship. As we saw Sophie getting overtaken by Raybar. So those two are fighting for the last point in this race.
And they're battling with Roland, who is obviously on the same amount of time, tyre, lap-wise. He's not quite got the pace. Arbar he's underfueled at the moment, so and has very little ERS, so he's going to struggle to be able to attack these guys. But I'm looking forward to the battle once these guys on the mediums pit, which should be very soon. I'm looking forward to seeing how they'll rise, because we saw Tigby yesterday. Tigby had an off, but come the end of the race was really, really quick on those softs. Massively quicker. And obviously with the light car, you don't have the issue of the overheating tyres. So you do, it is the faster race trim, ultimately, I think, but it's just at the beginning of the race, if you lose time, it's a nightmare. But thankfully, they didn't lose too much. Roland is defending heavy, which is going to compromise him going on to the bus stop and down the main straight. But Arbar has no ERS left, but even with that, he is just about able to do it, I think. Oh, Roland gets so close to the back of Arbar, but he holds on, and Arbar takes that P9.
Great respect from both drivers, leaving each other enough room. As we saw a little bit also, I went on board with Robin. He tried to go round the outside of turn 1, round the outside of IMAX, but he couldn't make the move stick. Also, really respectful driving from those two guys. So Robin is trying to get past IMAX, and he's really pushing the Renault in front of him. As Mitch is still struggling to close up to Ricky. Ricky is stabilizing the gap now, 1.5 seconds still. And yeah, I don't see Mitch closing up that much. Now we're going to the end of the race. You never know, maybe Ricky is gonna make a mistake, but as it looks right now, Ricky and Mitch both have the same pace on the medium tires.
Oh, Dan's sped in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Commentators, both commentators, we don't know what we're doing. We're speeding in pit lanes.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do that tomorrow. No.
Break that a little bit earlier. Don't worry, just do it. Dan was the first one to pit from those guys, so he'll be kicking himself with that 5-second penalty, but there's nothing else you can do about that now. But
he got clean air.
Yes, and P8.
Yeah, and P8, so he's already inside the points. He started P11, so he already made up 3 positions, and now he's gonna look to close in the gap to Real Life. You know what the thing is, like now it's 8 seconds to Robin, but when he closes up to them, it's like really, yeah, like easy moves he can make. The gaps are really close to like P4.
Yeah.
All within 5 seconds or something. So if he can close up enough to Robin and quickly enough, he may be on for a net P3.
He could be. It's all about keeping those tyres from overheating, and what is the wear rate going to be like. It shouldn't be as bad as in the 2018 game, and if you're able to do 10 laps on a heavy fuel load and with quality on those tyres, doing these last few laps should be a piece of cake for these tyres. But we'll see. He hasn't taken too much time yet on this first lap with those tyres getting up to temperature. There's only a couple of tenths so far, but saying that, he just took a massive chunk in that final corner, so maybe the tyres are now starting to come to him. Yeah, because he took about half a second just into the braking zone of the bus stop. So we'll see. We'll see how his progression goes. Stonewall Seth gets another penalty. Mitch, closer than he's ever been. 1.1 is the gap between himself and Ricky as Roland gets a speeding penalty. I tell you, this it's so easy to do. Get a speeding. I felt like an idiot yesterday, but now I feel a bit more like, well, it's so easy. It lures you in. You try and brake a little bit later, and it's so fine line. Well, not even later. You just sort of, I brake. I think it was, where right time to brake, and you just narrowly miss out on in the pits. Yellows in sector 1.
It's fallen. Lost it coming up to the hill at the end of sector 1, where we saw Juventus and who was it as well, lost it there, and he's got no left front wing.
Right.
So that explains why he went wide as well. So that's his race out of the window. And we got yellow in sector 2. It's Raybar again.
Same
the
corner.
Same turn.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh, that's, yeah.
He's still in P10, but he's got Dan Robbo closely following, and Juventus as well has lost a place to Stonewall Seth. I think he's got no... Has Juventus got no wing? Juventus has got damaged wing. Yes, he has. Juventus has got damaged wing.
Wide as well, 130R. I think on the right hand side, because otherwise
Heavily
you
damaged.
One right and 130R. The question is he gonna stop? Yeah, he is. Yeah, good decision. Just go on to the source and just try to get fastest lap to make sure no one else gets the extra point. As I wanted to say, Mitch, he burned a lot of ERS. He's really low on ERS right now. The same goes on for Ricky, by the way. But Mitch, he tried to close in and tried to get within that 1 second window. He couldn't make the job stick. 1.2 seconds now is the gap. He's closing in. It was 1.7 seconds 2 laps ago. As Van retired from the session. So he closed in 5/10 in 2 laps. And he's really getting the hang of it, and now he's trying to get within a 1 second to get past Twitch calls Ricky.
Yep, Dan hasn't really... this lap so far, I don't know if it's been a tidy lap for him. He's got into the 5 seconds now, 5.9. It's not massively taking chunks out of the lead, or well, out of the gap between himself and Robin. I think he's going to struggle. I think he'll run out of time before he gets to these guys, unfortunately, unless he just turns on the ante and is able to get in the groove and finds a lot more time, because he's got 6 to go and he's only 5.9 behind Robin.
And 5.9, 6 laps to go. Then he needs to gain like 1.5 seconds a lap to get past him, and maybe even some other guys. And to be fair, I don't see them doing that. I know I said it to Mitch as well, and Mitch is already within a second, so that's already my comment out of the window, but I don't see them doing it. Like, he is closing up, but it won't be enough, as well with the 5-second penalty for speeding and the 3-second time penalty he has for cutting the corners.
Yeah, I mean, he's safe as long as... I think he has got... The thing is, he has got a 3-second penalty as well, so he is at the moment, at this rate, he will be behind Wisey Boy, although it's only 2/10 the gap, make that 7.9 now, so he's looking to obviously be 8 seconds clear of Wisey Boy, so P6 I think is the best for him today, but he is, to be fair to him in this lap, he has taken a second out of Robin, so he might be able to catch up towards the end, but it won't affect positions. Well, I would actually, because Robin did get a speed penalty, didn't he? But I don't think he had another penalty. I don't think he's had another. I don't think he's had 3 seconds or anything. So at the moment, I think it's all good. Mitch getting, yeah, it's just in that 1.2 second mark. And
yeah, he's trying it all the way, but it's not really paying off right now. As we got Maddie Robbo within a second of Sophie. Well, he's not close enough. That's not gonna work this lap, mate. You need to try another lap. And you want to say something else?
No, it's no. I'm just looking at Mitch. I think they're both low on. They're both deploying ERS in the same areas. So if it's obviously always, you tend to run low in the first half of the lap, because the second half of the lap is where you've got the power. But I just wonder if they're able to. If they're able to save up that a little bit more, have a good lap, and then just go all hell leather, because Ricky and Mitch are really pushing each other on here, but the gaps they're just the same. It's just that 1.4, but we've still got 5 to go. It could all change. Dan is 4.6 behind Robin now, make that 4.5. And Matty Robbo, yeah, he is the other one having a look. Now that he's on the softs. Oh, here comes Matty Robbo. Oh, they made contact! Oh. No, massive accident. Oh no. The oh no's are out for that one, because that was a massive impact. And somehow Sophie didn't end up retiring, but I think she will retire going into the pits, because yeah, as expected, because that is such a shame. What a promising qualifying ended. Well, the race pretty much was massively jeopardised at the beginning of this race, but massive crash, and I don't know if Matty Robbo got any wing damage because of that. No, he got away with it, but I'm sure that will be sent to the steward's office later on. Dan is 3.7 seconds behind Robin now, so we could have a good battle, though it won't affect positions unless Robin gets a 3-second penalty off his own. Then we would have an interesting battle on our hands. I can't see Mitch catching Ricky. They're just too level. They're too equal.
Yeah, I'm watching the gap and see where Ricky pulls away from Mitch and where Mitch closes in, and it really is the exit. Ricky gets such better exits compared to Mitch that it really creates the gap to make sure he doesn't give Mitch any kind of slipstream DRS or anything like that. Like, Mitch is closing up in the corner, because at the end of sector 1, you will see it right now, he will be closing in, and he will be very close to Ricky at the end of sector 1 and the middle of sector 2. But because of the better exits of Ricky, the gap is big enough to stay outside of the DRS window, and that really explains why Mitch just can't get within the DRS window just because of his exits, and it's such a shame for him, because we would have had a great fight if he would have been within that 1 second window.
His setup, I tried his setup yesterday, not in the actual race, but I did find that was a flaw. The traction wasn't best. It wasn't very good in traction areas, and with a wheel it is better. I get it, because I suppose you can feed the throttle in a bit better, but it just didn't feel to me as good on traction. And like you said, that those areas like Spoon, the final turn, he's losing out time to Ricky.
You can see it already. You see it like at the hairpin, it was 1 second. Now it's 1.3 seconds. He lost 3/10 just purely because of exits. Now as well, he closes in, and you will see now Ricky gets a good exit and he will pull away.
One too bad, that
1.3.
It's slightly.
Oh, he's closing in. Yeah, Ricky is saving his US on this race, so that explains why. So maybe now it is the chance for Mitch to close in the 1.1 second now. So maybe it's on now. Let's see what he can do. He's within a second, so really needs to.
Oh, come on!
You can just feel the dirty air right now.
Come on, give us the battle we want. 8/10. They're both low on ERS, but Mitch, it's such a good feeling when you start to close in on your prey. As the prey yourself, it's stressful. It gets tough, especially on a track like this, where it's so important to be in the groove and concentrating, being effectively not being conscious, being being in the groove, and just doing what you need to do. And at the moment, Ricky has responded, because he's been able to eke the gap back up to 1.3. So I think Ricky is just using that ERS a little bit, as well as naturally it's just suiting him a bit more. That middle sector, he is just quicker, and I think now he is burning that ERS once again, and it's back up to 1.4. So I think Ricky has it in control personally. But IMAX is starting to catch both these guys up, but unfortunately, just 2 to go. I think it's a little bit too late.
Or maybe he can attack Mitch. I'm not quite sure. He really closed up as well. Yeah, just like you said.
I
we
think
need
it's
to keep an eye out on that as well.
Yeah, they're all on equal ERS. They're all pretty low. Yeah, yeah, they're all quite low on their ERS, to be fair, which doesn't allow them then to attack at the end. You know, the end of the straight. If I was one of them, like they had all that laps, I would have chose a lap just to save your ERS, and then have at least over 50% saved, so that you can, if you want to, get into overtake or high more and low and medium in the beginning of the lap, for a couple of laps even, just to get yourself right up to the back. You know, early on in the race, if they had have saved their ERS a bit better, I think it would have been alright. But unfortunately, I think Ricky, well, unfortunately for Mitch, he's just not. In fact, anything, he's losing time now, and I think he's focusing more on IMAGs, because IMAGs is coming at him at a rate of knots. He has to be careful that he doesn't end up in ERS, because he's only 1.3 clear. He's just going to get away with it, I think.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's easy. He had to do it on this lap because you don't have any DRS straights left before the end of the lap, so yeah, that's not gonna be it. So I think it stays like this. Oh, IMAX runs wide. Maybe this is a chance for Robin, but he's just too far away. And then on a soft tire, just couldn't make it work. He is, yeah, far away enough for Wisey Boy to overtake him on penalty, so he should be fine for P6. And coming from P11, I think he's happy with this one.
Absolutely. So we have got, I think, the whole field level out right now. Matrix, though, he has half a lap to go. He is 10.2 seconds clear of Ricky. Oh, there is a yellow in sector 1. Don't know who that is, but no one dropping down, so must have been a small thing. But only the 10 seconds this week for Matrix, but another dominant race from lights to flag. Oh, Profotis is retired at the end.
Oh,
so
no.
I don't know what happened there, but he's at the end already. But here comes Matrix across the line to take the win in Suzuka, in Japan. Matrix is our race winner. Here comes Ricky to finish in P2. Oh, Roland's car is on the middle of the track there, and they're all trying to avoid each other. Ricky gets P2, Mitch P3, IMAX 4th, Robin gets the penalty, so too does Dan. Wisey Boy is coming through now as well. Does he get ahead of Dan in the end? No, he doesn't. 2.1 behind. Matty Robbo in 8th. Arbar in 9th. Still, despite 2 spins. Dan Robbo 10th. And here comes Stonewall, Seth of Crowin behind him. These are the guys who've had damage throughout. Crowin 12th and Juventus way down in P13. He's still got half a lap to go.
Fair play for him continuing on, though. He could have easily retired, just given up, or he continued on racing. So fair play to him. But yeah, Matrix, really dominant victory again. And yeah, Ricky, he'll be thinking, what can I do to stop Matrix? And that will be a very good question, because I don't know.
The key though is for Ricky, he's been finishing P2, so he's only dropping 7 points. And this is the thing, Matrix is alright winning, but Ricky is giving him no extra points away. You know, it's just the maximum of the 7 points. Now, yeah, if Matrix has a bad race, if Matrix has one bad race, Ricky pulls away again.
Yeah, true.
That's the thing. So this championship is not over. Yeah, Matrix has the pace, but at the end of the day, if speed was the only way of winning a championship, you know, you'd have had many other different outcomes in results over the years. But for today, it is Matrix that takes the win. But this championship is still far away from over.
It is, yeah. Now 6 points is the gap, so there's all to play for in the next couple of rounds. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Ricky can do to make sure Matrix is not going to win the championship. But yeah, with these standings now, we already have wrapped up the Constructors' Championship, so I want to congratulate them on taking the Constructors' victory. They were a really strong team. We already saw it at the beginning of the season, and especially on this game with a lightning Matrix. It was just a matter of time before them taking the Constructors' Championship, with Alfa Romeo doing a really solid job to sort of stay within the championship fight. It's an easy championship win for Ferrari, so congratulations on them for taking it.
Yeah, it's great racing, and once again, the Ferrari boys 1-2. But yeah, mate Mitch getting a podium, and it pace-wise in the end very even once again. Apart from obviously Matrix with getting into the 130s. I don't know who got fast as that then though. I think it might have been Roland, but obviously finishing outside the top 10 means he doesn't get any fastest lap points, and obviously didn't finish either.
Yeah, so now everyone join the commentary box, so make sure your audio is allowed to be shared, and we'll start with the interviews very shortly. So, Mitch, because you finished P3, we start with you. You had quite a good race, already making up places at the beginning of the race. You look really solid on the soft tires, and you were a little bit struggling on the medium tires to close in the gap on Ricky. You both had similar pace. Did you give up on battling Ricky, or did you still have a chance of getting past Ricky at the end of the race? Tell us about it.
No, I was trying to get Ricky, but it seemed like every time I would close it, it would open up by another 2 tenths, and then I'd gain a tenth, so I think we either had a similar pace, or... yeah, it's a decent race. I'm not quite sure what happened up the S's. Me and F1 Sophie, I think she touched my side pod and spun off, but I'm not quite 100% sure. I gotta look back at that. But yeah, I mean, that was a sweaty race, I will admit that. I was pushing as hard as I possibly could, and it just wasn't enough, so I mean, I'll be happy with P3.
Yeah, you and Ricky both at the same pace. The thing was, we were noticing that Ricky had a really good exits, and you were just really quick through the corners. So every time you closed up in sector 1, you all lost it coming up to sector 2 and 3. So that really was a shame that you both couldn't fight for P2. Ricky will be happy about it, but I think you're happy with P3 as well.
Oh yeah, I'm always happy to finish on the podium.
Really top job, man. Congratulations on your P3.
Thank you.
Then up to P2, Ricky. I think this is for fourth time in a row now, your P2. First of all, congratulations on the Constructors Championship. You well wrapped it up now. If not, you already did it last week, so congratulations firstly on the Constructors win. Yeah, P2, I don't think there's any much more for you to add on this race. P2 is think the maximum you could have gained so far, or did you expect to win today?
No, the win was out of my reach. I basically had one shot quali and just about got P2. I think if I didn't get P2, I wouldn't have finished P2. Although, like I say, my race pace was similar to Mitch's, and every time you close, I did tend to push that little bit harder, just trying to keep out the DRS, because I knew I was running quite a lot of downforce for sector 1 mainly. I concentrated a lot of, getting on a good exit, especially out of the hairpin, which I seemed to gain a couple of tenths on Mitch, which probably saved me, to be fair.
Yeah, I think so it did. Yeah.
Struggled majorly out of the hairpin.
Yeah, Ricky, do you see any chance of beating Matrix in the next couple of races, or is it just depending on Matrix having one really bad race, like Lewis said, at the end of the race, or do you see a chance at some track to really gain back on Matrix?
The problem is we're both very consistent. It's not like when I'm not winning, I'm miles down. I am second at the minute, but end of the day, he's a quick driver, so I can only just try my best, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. That's it. Yeah, just do your best. We're hopefully gonna see some very interesting battles at the end of the season. Congratulations on the Constructors win, and congratulations on the P2 today. You did a great job.
Cheers.
Then on to Matrix, again another victory, P1 it is for you. Amazing qualifying lap, really good pace, and then it was just an easy race for you at the front again. Yeah, just a really solid race. Tell us about it. Did you expect it, or was it again a struggle to get it up there into P1?
Yeah, thank you. I don't know. I was expecting that this is gonna be hard race, but yeah, I don't know. Basically, after second, first pit stop, I just want to save my fuel and tires and prepare the fastest lap. And I think I missed it by 3 tenths or something. But yeah, nothing actually happened, and I was wishful that me and Ricky wanna today get a good fight, and this was our first race that we didn't have party chat, and I was expecting that if we push a little bit each other, maybe it's better. But yeah, I hope that Ricky gonna have more practice time, and we really fight for championship. But still don't believe that I can be P1 in the end of the season. So yeah.
Yeah, 6 points now is the gap between both of you guys. So do you think Ricky can close up, or do you think you're strong enough to stay in the lead?
Now this is my first time I'm leading championship, so I don't know. Is there any difference after that? But yeah, I don't see anything different the next races.
I hope we're gonna see a lot of fights between both of you. Congratulations on the Constructors Championship as well for you. You really excelled on this game. You're really quick, and yeah, congratulations on your P1 as well and the championship lead.
Yeah, thank you.
So I think that's it. Congratulations on the podium, guys. Thank you for joining the commentary box again today. Of course, Razor, it was a pleasure to commentate with you again. Thank you for joining.
Of course, no worries. Brilliant racing by everyone, and it's same. I just realised it's the same top 3 as last weekend. That was last week.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I just noticed that as well. So yeah, we got the same party ending like we had last week, and yeah. I want to thank everyone watching as well. Really enjoyed to commentate for you guys. Really enjoying commentating on Tier 2. Make sure you check out tomorrow's stream for the Tier 1 race. And I hope to see you guys back next week for the championship ending of the Tier 2 drivers right here. So from me and from Lewis and the rest of the guys, hopefully we see you guys back next week. Goodbye.